Hey everyone, my name is Zach from Apps Delivered, and today I'm excited to present another weekly hierarchy showcase. This week, we're going to be showing off a QA engineer onboarding process that you can create with hierarchies in our app, Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. Now, for those who don't know what hierarchies in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud are a set of related issues, whether that be epics, stories, tasks, or subtasks that form a standardized process that you can apply with one click and create issues across multiple different projects and assign these issues to multiple different users, like I said, with just one click. So the hierarchy I'm going to be showing off today is going to be found in our set pre-installed hierarchy section here. You just click that, drop this down, and you'll be able to find it here very soon. We are going to be switching it to be called the hierarchy gallery. So just keep an eye out for that. And also, you'll be able to find in our documentation the file where you can download and then import this hierarchy by just clicking import hierarchy. Grab that file, map your fields, and you can also access the hierarchy that way. So I'm excited to get right into it. Let's do this. Inside the hierarchy here, you can see the QA engineer onboarding process. I'm going to click edit. Now we're going to kind of see what we're looking at here. Okay, so we have 4 users that are going to be interacting with this process, and we also have one text variable. Now, variables in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud basically allow you to pre-fill issues with content or users. So these text ones, that's going to be content, and then the users, as you can see here, we're going to say that the QA engineer in this process is Andre, the HR rep is Anna, the blog writer is Zach. We're going to say the QA manager is Anna. And every time someone clicks apply, they're going to be able to choose these different roles. So if I wanted the QA engineer to be actually Anna K, and I want to switch this and make that the QA manager be Andre, you can easily do that. And then when I apply, it's going to ask me to insert the employee name, aka the QA engineer here that's going to be being onboarded. So every time I apply that, you better put in that employee name to make sure everything is going to work well. So that's who's going to interact with this process that we're creating with a hierarchy. Now, what's actually going to happen when we click apply? Well, these issues down here are going to be created and then assigned to these different user roles we spoke of up here. Now, I'm not going to go through every issues because that might get a little bit boring, but I'll just show you a little bit. So obviously set up development environment for the new QA engineer, install and configure required software, grant access to development repositories, introduce to the development team and current projects. So this is all, these issues here are going to be created in the Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud board. This basically are development projects. So these issues are going to be created there, and they're going to be assigned to our QA manager for the setup development environment, QA engineer for install and configure required software, and then the QA manager for the last two, grant access to development repositories and introduce to the development team and current projects. So these are the issues that are being created and assigned to them. This is what needs to be done every time a new QA engineer is onboarded. You can choose your different issue types here, and you can also choose your different projects if you'd like to do that as well. Also, we have descriptions in here. So for those of you who are onboarding these new QA engineers, some of these descriptions may help you. Ensure the new QA engineer installs all required development tools, et cetera, et cetera. But this description is going to be there every time you apply this issue. As you can see, we have the assignee, the QA manager. So every single time it's applied, it's going to be assigned to the QA manager. And you can also pre-fill these fields as well. If I want to make this priority high every time it's applied, you can easily change that. And I will click close. I'm not going to update that. So we've created issues in our development board. We're going to create some issues in our quality assurance board, an epic with 3 subtasks. We're going to create some issues in our onboarding board, a task with 3 subtasks. And then we're going to create some issues and assign them in our blog, board, project, whatever you want to call it. In those, that's going to be an asset with 3 subtasks. Okay. And these are being assigned to the blog writer. We have the ones in the onboarding board being assigned to the HR rep. And we have the quality insurance issues being assigned to the QA engineer and also the QA manager. So what we've done here is we've created issues across 1, 2, 3, 4 different projects and assigned them to our 4 different user roles with just one click. So that's the beauty of hierarchies in Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. You can create a process, click it once, and apply and create all these issues across all these different projects in Jira Cloud. Now, if I wanted to add a checklist to one of these issues, all I'd have to do, announce new QA engineer hire on company blog. Well, I'm going to go ahead, click show optional fields. I'm going to go to checklists, and then I'm going to click new blog. If I want to segment this issue down even more, I can use another feature of Smart Issue Temps for Jira Cloud called checklist to break this issue down into actionable steps. Now, it looks like that's mostly what I want to cover in our hierarchy builder screen here. As you can see, we're using that new employee variable here. So every single issue mostly is going to be using this employee variable. So if I say, Jake Cahill, so set up development environment for new QA engineer, and then it'll have Jake Cahill. So you'll have to set that when you apply it right here, and I'll show you the apply screen after that. So I think I've showed you everything I want to show you in the hierarchy builder. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like to apply this template, set some permissions on it, and check out the applied history so you can track this process across all these different projects. So I'll be right back. Now I'm back in the screen we were just in previously before I clicked edit. I'm going to click apply, and we are actually going to apply this hierarchy that we've created. So as you can see, we have all those variables we were just looking at in the hierarchy builder. We have Andre as the QA engineer, so he's the one getting onboarded. We have Anna as the HR rep, me as a blog writer. We have Riley here as the QA manager. We have to insert value for the new employee. Well, that's going to be the QA engineer. So we're going to say Andre Y. I'm going to click this, and then I'm just going to click confirm. And as you can see, these issues are being created, and they have all successfully been created across all our different projects and assigned to our users up here. So I'm going to click close, and now I'm going to click refresh. So we have refreshed our page, and I can go into view applied history now to see how we can track this process across all these different projects. All right, so there we have it. So we have our QA engineer onboarding process. You can see that it's been applied. I'm going to expand these a little bit. Okay. So as you can see here, we have 5 different columns, right? So we have the name of that issue. We have the last activity. Obviously, I just applied it, so it is right now. We have the progress of that issue. We have the status, and we have the issue key. So as I start moving these through our boards, I go to do, in progress, however you have your board configured, that progress bar is going to fill up. Okay, so as we start interacting with this process, you're going to see all these progress bars filling up, and you're going to be able to get a nice view of this process across all these different projects. You can see the status here, and you can also click right into the issue key if you want to get a nice view of the issue as well. You can set dates to see from when these certain hierarchies were applied, right? So this is going to start filling up here every time they're applied, so you can really filter down. You can also add a scheduler if I want to make this process apply every day, every week, every month. This process for a new employee, probably don't want to put it on a scheduler, but just something to be aware of. If I wanted to make this process on a schedule, I could easily do that through our scheduler screen here. And you can check some of our past videos on how to do that. I can add the scheduler. Like I said, I can copy this link, share it to someone else who has Smart Issue Templates for Jira Cloud. I can export it, and then I can go ahead and download it and import it into another cloud instance. I can add it to a folder from here. So this is how we're going to track this process across all these different projects. Now I'm going to show you how we can set some enterprise level permissions, and then we're going to close out the video. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm in our manage hierarchy screen. We have our QA engineer onboarding process here. I'm going to click the share button, and here we can set some permissions. So if I want to add a user here, I'm going to say Anna K. We're going to say she can only view this hierarchy. She cannot apply it, and she cannot edit it. So all I have to do is click save. Okay, now we have set that permission. I'm going to click it again, and we're going to do one more person. Let's do Argeline here. We're going to say she can edit, apply, and view. I'm going to click save. And there you have it. We have restricted who can access the hierarchy, who can apply it, who can edit it. We've tracked the hierarchy across all these different projects. We have showed you what this hierarchy process actually is, showed you a little bit about variables. Thank you again for tuning in for this weekly hierarchy showcase. Stay tuned next week for the next one. We got a really good, interesting one coming up. And thank you very much. My name is Zach from Apps Delivered, and I'll see you in the next one.